Hey.
Hello, everybody! Excited utterance here, and I have Dolly talk to my left, to my right. I don't really know.
One of those directions.
Don't know. It's always confusing to me because I live down here on the other side of the world. Guess what?
Everything's backwards.
Everything's backwards. Guess what today is?
Ooh.
Who knows?
Anyone
It's
know?
all topsy-turvy.
I don't even know.
No, he doesn't even know. We are starting a brand new rewatch today. Hello, Matt. Hi.
Christine.
Hello, Christine. Hi. And hello also to Jean, who was probably here earlier, but thank you so much for doing all the stuff that you do. Hope that you come back again to watch. Okay. I think it might be probably necessary. Hang on, I might just make a little banner. Might go like content warning. Hang on, just typing it in. Content warning. Chopper, Joel, Guy, Junior.
Not senior.
Junior is a messy, bloody murderer.
Unaliver.
Oh, unaliver.
He's rude.
Be warned.
Yeah, he's not very nice.
Sure. There we go. There we go. Because, yeah, I just need to tell you all, hey, Davon, how's it going? Need to tell you all that the content today is not going to be very well. I'll tell you what, he's an interesting one, this dude. He's an interesting one. He's a bit weird, and he did some... If you thought that Chandler Holderson was good at, like, you know, choppity-choppities, messy and bloody, yeah, this one here, he really went to town on his old mummy and daddy.
Your mic occasionally kind of sounds a little garbled.
Does it? Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not bad, but I can't hear you now. Yeah, you're... No worries. I'll give you a second to fix it, or I can just start the thing. Yeah, we have technical difficulties. I don't think it was the weird accent, at least for me. It wasn't, and you don't have a weird accent. Don't look at me like that. I still no. Yeah. Did you press a button on your headphones? Try unplugging and replugging. I'm going to go ahead and start this thing while you work on that. Yes, I'm actually not screwing with you. I did that once to Mo, and she like got all flustered, and I felt really, really bad. So.
Members remaining who...
Everybody, if in the chat, if you hear her, let me know. I don't think it's... Okay, I guess they can't hear you. It happened right as you like went and grabbed your headphones. So I don't know if you hit a button or something on them. Or you pulled a wire. Excuse me. Maybe you can try leaving StreamYard and come back in. I'll play this. I mean, holy crap, EU is the perfect woman. How does she not have a ring on her finger?
Article Victims' Rights Act. I can't remember what it is. All right, John, you may begin your opening statement whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time and attention this week. I want to thank you in
I think it was a
advance.
few years ago.
We expect to prove to you beyond a reasonable doubt that on November the 26th of 2016, Joel Michael Guy Sr. was viciously attacked in his home in the exercise room that he had upstairs. During this assault, he sustained 42 sharp force injuries. You're going to hear proof from the medical examiner and from a forensic anthropologist.
I'll tell you the second I hear you.
And what you're going to hear is that these injuries were so severe that marks were left.
You are muted on StreamYard, I think. Okay, yeah, I still don't. You can check maybe in the settings, the microphone. Otherwise, it just might. No.
Hello.
Atta girl.
Hello.
Yay.
Hello. Yay.
I can't hear you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Shut
No,
up.
I can hear you.
Shut up.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I can't hear you now. Ha. It's funny because I could hear you the whole time,
Yeah.
and there was actually nothing wrong with it. It was
Really?
fine. It was just a stupid StreamYard setting.
Hmm.
It was stupid.
You had to
Hi,
change the audio.
everybody. Hey,
Yeah.
little peanut. Hey, this way up. Hey, all these people turned up. This is nice. Hello, everyone. Post Q fast. It wasn't even post. It was right in the middle of it. Like
Yeah.
it was. Everyone was scared to death.
I know.
Yep. It's
Well,
funny.
it's been-
And there's like plexiglass everywhere, and everyone's like completely
Yeah.
separate to one another.
Because that'll save you.
Yeah.
Ribs, 12 of his ribs, marks ranging from scratches to complete severing. The medical examiner is going to tell you that the cause of his death was multiple sharp force injuries.
Well,
Really?
yay for Discord.
Well, I'm glad. That is really. Do you have like the click on the icon to notify you?
You wouldn't have known about Sal because he only just.
I only just put it up, but
Yeah, but mine's been on for like 20 hours.
unless YouTube just didn't pop up with the notice.
Yeah, YouTube's been screwing. Don't rely on YouTube. Be
Yeah.
a member of the MLS network and be on the live
Discord.
alerts. That's the only way to be sure. And now I've frozen. Now this is ridiculous. Things are just not working out for me. I'll be back in 1 minute.
And to his kidneys. He sustained a wound to his scapula, which is where your shoulder is, and it was such a severe wound that a fragment from a blunt force instrument was left in the muscular tissue next to the bone. He sustained abdominal wounds, so he was attacked from the front as well as the back. You're going to hear testimony that most of the stab.
Well, what happened now? Okay. Oh, this is great. Christine, this is like a Chandler Halderson type trial. Very interesting.
Stay
Okay,
here.
now it's back. Froze for a sec, I think.
Blood staining evidence in this exercise room that indicated that there was a fierce struggle. In one corner of the room, there is blood evidence to show that there was thrashing motion. It left not only blood marks, but wipe marks and droplets on 2 walls of the room, and extensive blood staining on the carpet. You will hear that he sustained defensive injuries on both of his hands, which indicate that he was fighting. He fought for his life, and his hands were sliced.
Really? What's Sal done?
I think he was talking about. Oh no, the video froze for a few seconds.
Oh, okay.
After he was
So it's a little. The video's a little sketchy, but that came straight from Court TV to Law and Crime. So I did check. That's
Okay.
it. So it only happens a little bit for a second, so don't stress.
Okay.
the killer disrobed him, meticulously.
Yeah, it drives
took
me
off his
crazy.
clothes,
I know.
when it's my boomerang. When it's someone else's boomerang, I'm
It's
like,
Yeah.
when it's me, I'm like, I can't deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's-
Christine, did we tell Christine what the trial's about?
Not really. I said it's
I
kind
can-
of Chandler Halderson. Go ahead.
It's really similar to Chandler Holison, actually. So basically, we've got a 31-year-old man who is completely mooching off his parents. He doesn't live with his parents. He lives in Louisiana, whereas his parents live in Tennessee. But he hasn't like worked a day in his life, and his parents, and he's not even pretending, right? Like his parents actually are just paying for him to live, and they his mother actually doesn't want to still be working, but she has a job that is supporting her son not
Oh,
working.
that's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice of her. But they actually have decided to retire, and they have told him, "Hey, thank you for putting that up." Yeah, that's him there in the bottom left-hand corner. See, check him out. Really normal-looking dude. Check him out.
Beautiful eyes.
That's him, Joel Guy Jr. His dad was Joel Guy Sr. So yeah, really creative. And so he found out from his parents about a week or two earlier, maybe a month earlier, that his mum's planning to retire, and so he won't have a source of income anymore.
Selfish bee.
Yeah, I know, right? Definitely the way of Minnie the Moocher. Yes, exactly. That's a good song. And he was like, now what am I going to do for money without my mum paying for me to live? And so he decided that, well, he's going to have to get some insurance money to live on.
He's going to speed up their retirement.
Speed up their retirement, yes. So the very weekend.
Or his inheritance. Sorry.
Yes. So the very weekend that she retired would happen to be Thanksgiving weekend, and he went over there to visit, and have Thanksgiving dinner, all that kind of thing. Visit
What are you thankful for?
Visit the folks, yep. And he went over there and chop. And hey, Crumb Spice. Oh, hey, Joe. Hey, before I go. Oh, all these people, hello. Nice to see you. Yeah. Went in and chopped them. He had a backpack with a notebook in it, full of notes, and I mean like chicken scrawl notes, and wait till you see them. My lord, they are hilarious. And this lady here, the prosecutor, will talk to you about them today. So just hang about because they're fun. And he decided to leave all of the body parts and stuff in the house, and just he got bored with trying to get rid of them all. And he just went home. Oh, and he left his mother's head cooking in a crockpot. Don't know what he was going to make with that, but as you do. Yeah. So that's pretty much the overview. That's why I have a little content warning down here, because he makes Chandler Halderson look pretty normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put this guy's what does it say? Put this guy's notes up against Sal.
So when I went to the Michael Turney trial.
Oh, I should. Hey, the chicken scroll.
I'll get them for you.
Legit. It would be a good comparison, and it might make Sal look a little bit concerning. We might be a bit concerned for Sal's sanity.
In my defense, there was a cute girl next to me, and the notes I was making were like really odd.
Chandler Halderson, Taylor's business. This dude might really.
Yeah.
This dude and gives Taylor's business a run for her money. Like he really is. Wait till you see the stuff he left around this house.
Should have used a pressure cooker at least.
Oh, it would have done the job.
Maybe.
All right, let's keep going. Now, pay attention, everybody. There will be a quiz at the end.
Yeah, a couple hours and then a soft release.
Yeah.
His shirt and jacket.
And an instant
pot.
Hey,
Veal.
I left them in a heap.
Hey, Veal, have you ever seen this?
He left Jill Sr.'s cigarettes on top of the pile. And they were blood-stained. He left his hands in the room.
He left his
At
hands
some
in the
point,
room.
Lisa guy
That's not very handy.
I'll
came
just,
home,
yeah, not very handy.
and she
Yeah,
too,
let me just repeat that. He left his dad's hands in the room. Like this, like cut off,
I
tied
wish
together.
Mo was here.
His hands. Yeah.
Mo, did you see that with Mo today?
No, what happened?
Yeah, with their kid. She was explaining to her two youngest children the importance of maybe not going to college, but getting a trade job. And you can work with your hands, and it's a great way. That way you don't have to go to college. So on their way to their very Catholic school the next morning, her
Yeah.
youngest kid is just like, I think I'm going to go to hand job school. I can't wait to get a hand job.
No.
And both of her young kids are like just talking about hand jobs
No.
and going to school for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Mo's trying
dear.
not to laugh, but
Oh,
horrified.
it's
because
just- yeah, it's kind of horrifying. It's a bit funny, but it's pretty horrifying. Oh,
so
it's
she's just
bad.
like tells them to go talk to their father after school about what a hand job is.
No, 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 no.
was subjected to a violent assault. And you're going to hear testimony and see proof of her injuries. She was stabbed 31 times, and she sustained serious injuries to her ribs. She had 21 rib injuries. 21. 9 of her ribs were severed.
Jeez.
And you will hear a forensic anthropologist talk to you about the variation of the injuries to her ribs, indicating not just slice marks, scratches, severing, but also evidence that the sharp instrument used to stab her twisted into the cartilage of her ribs. She had one rib that was fractured from blunt force trauma, not sharp force.
Is that your cat?
Yes, my cat wants to get in.
Okay.
Hang on.
No worries.
But blunt force.
It could have been
indicating
either of
that
ours.
that there's pressure applied to her ribs. And you will hear that most of these injuries occurred to her back. She had one injury to her clavicle and a stab wound. And she had
Still
several
bitching.
stab wounds to her buttock.
Oh,
You will hear testimony that there was evidence in the upper hall at the top of the stairwell from the bottom floor to the top floor that indicates that this is where her murder took place. Blood staining on the walls, drip marks, marks that indicate spray, perhaps. And like Joel Sr., her clothes were removed from her. They were cut off and left in a bloody pile on top of a large blood stain on the carpet. You will hear that the scissors were found there, along with a knife. You will hear that there were also 2 knives left in the exercise room.
that was a pain in the ass.
Stabbed in the
So at
ass.
some point, after Joel Sr. and Lisa were murdered, the
Pretty
killer
Blake, how's it going?
went to work on their bodies. Joel Sr.'s arms,
What can I
both of
say?
them, were
I'm
severed
good at that.
at the joint, the shoulder blade. Both of his legs were removed at the hip. His right foot was removed at the ankle. And as you know, his hands, of course, were also removed at the wrist. Lisa had both of her arms removed from her torso at the shoulder. Both of her legs were cut off below the knee. Her right hand was severed from her arm. And the killer cut off her head.
No.
You will hear
no.
testimony from a forensic anthropologist who will tell
We were
you
just talking
that
about you.
her head
My ears burning.
was
We just told the hand job story.
Yeah. Are you busy, love? Do you want to come in? There's a link there for you.
Yeah.
basically broken from a
So
part
I
of the
know Mo
spine
knows
called
this
the
case. She
atlas.
covered it when she first
Yeah.
There was
started
a
streaming
blunt force
for a little bit.
trauma applied to her neck before her head was severed from her spine.
Oh, Mo, you told him? I was just hoping you'd keep that a little secret until your kid asked him.
That would have been funny.
Hi, Daddy. What's a hand job? Your husband must hate me. Because I'm always like reminding her to send him the Nancy Pelosi
Oh,
picture.
line. Really? Did you take screenshots?
What trial?
No.
Line, post in Discord what trial it was and what time of day.
Yes, please.
Because we are going to have to go back to that live chat.
We need to actually go back to that live chat and do a dramatic reading.
Oh, yes, my dramatic reading.
Dramatic reading.
Seriously,
Dramatic reading.
Oline, we need this. I
We
need this in my
this.
life.
We need this all in our lives. Please? Can you find it? Do
Just
you
tell me
know?
what it is in approximate time and
We'll
it'll probably
go find
take
it. We'll do the research. We spend so much time researching stupid stuff like this.
We really do. And this
We
is
do.
serious.
Far too much of our lives. Just approximate.
Oh, you should put this on 1.25.
Yes, we should.
After the limbs of these people were removed,
Hey,
the killer
Stray.
placed them separately into two 45-gallon blue Sterlite containers.
As one does.
You will hear testimony and see evidence of where that took place. And you will learn that in the master bedroom of their home, plastic sheeting was placed on the floor. And these blue plastic bins were placed on the sheeting. The killer put Lisa's body parts in one, and he put Joel Sr.'s in the other. And then he covered them with a corrosive substance and left them there to liquefy into some sort of diabolical stew of human remains.
Yum.
And then the killer took Lisa's head and carried it downstairs and took it into the kitchen. He got out a stock pot, placed her head in the pot,
A time
filled it
of
with liquid, carried it over to the stove, covered it, turned on the stove, and left it there to cook.
Right, can you, Darling, would you mind just playing that last 20 seconds back? And do you have closed captions at all?
Killer took Lisa's head and carried it downstairs. That stew of human remains.
Diabolical.
A diabolical stew.
And then the killer took Lisa's head and carried it downstairs and took it into the kitchen.
It was the Tons trial. Okay, after the end of David and Nick's Jody stream. So
See?
very good. Thank you.
He
Okay.
wanted to make Mum stew. Yeah, that's not how you do it.
He got out a stock pot, placed her head in the pot, filled it with liquid, carried it over to the stove, covered it, turned on the stove, and left it there to cook.
That's a fire hazard, by the way.
So you will hear some proof from family members
Really?
about this family. And you're going to hear this photograph was taken on the Thanksgiving day just before their murder.
God, I wish I was there.
24th. Photograph is taken by Michelle Dennison, Joel Sr.'s
I'm such a
daughter.
dick.
You're going to hear a little bit about this family. You're going to hear
Oh,
that
really,
Joel and
Bobby?
Lisa were very happily married. They loved each other. They had been married for 31 years. And the defendant was their only
I'm
child.
not surprised, Bobby, honestly.
But Joel Sr. had been married before, years before, and he had 3 daughters, Candace, and twins, Michelle and Angela. And you're going to
Not
hear from
yet.
each of them
Well, I'm
a
sure.
little bit about their family. And you're going to hear that they communicated regularly, and they They had a great relationship with their dad and with Lisa, and they were very fond of. Lisa had treated them like they were her own. You're going to hear a little bit about the dynamics of this family, and you're going to hear that on Thanksgiving, Joel and Lisa had arranged to have a family get-together. And Michelle and her boyfriend and her 3 young sons, who are depicted in this photograph, came to spend the day, all that Thursday, came to spend the day with Lisa and Joel. Angela and Candace weren't able to come. So it was just these people, along with the defendant, who came up from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where he lived. He drove up the day before, November the 23rd. You're going to hear that this was going to be, and I'm not being smart aleck, when I say it was going to be their last Thanksgiving in this home that they had on Golden View Lane in Knox County, because they were moving. Joel and Lisa had plans. Joel had worked as a contractor. He designed piping systems. Lisa had a job with Jacobs Engineering. She was a disbursement specialist, and they were done with work. Lisa had turned in her notice. Joel's contract was concluded, and they had decided to retire for a while, and they were moving. Their house was for sale. They had a contract on it, and Joel was going to buy his family home in Surgoinsville, Tennessee, in Upper East Tennessee, near Kingsport. And he had made arrangements with his sister, Robin White, to purchase the home. And this was going to be the last Thanksgiving that the family was going to spend in Knoxville. Their next holiday plans were going to be for Christmas in Surgoinsville. They were ready, to move on and to enjoy what was left of their lives. So I want to give you an idea of kind of a timeline for where we are this weekend. And you're going to see that the defendant came to Knoxville from Baton Rouge on November the 23rd. The family get-together was on Thanksgiving the 24th. You will hear proof that on November the 25th, Joel and Lisa and the defendant drove up to Surgoinsville to deliver a boat that Joel Sr. had, and he wanted to take it to the Surgoinsville house. Hey. You will see and hear evidence that Lisa was alive on November the 26th, sometime after noon. We know that because of evidence we have from a shopping trip that she made in Knoxville.
Hey, guys.
And we know that the defendant was in Knoxville on November the 26th, also because of evidence.
Stop.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Yay, so good to have you here. It's been a while.
Is it irritating to anyone else that she's not wearing the mask right and that we had to wear masks?
I know. And then she keeps putting it back up over her mouth and just
look, it's a bit irritating, but also it must be awful for her.
Oh yeah.
True.
No, I don't envy her having to wear a mask. But it does make me giggle that we all wore them horribly wrong for so long.
It's so true. But also, how jealous are we of the defendant? He gets like this thing that he's got this visor that is like out here. He doesn't have to have.
That was early CDC guidance. Face cover.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember seeing people with those if they had like glasses, because I know glasses tended to fog up. So I would see people with all sorts of crazy contraptions when they went to go like grocery shop or do anything weird, like
unalive people.
Well, I mean, he did get a haircut, so he didn't have a mullet.
Oh.
No, his hair's quite short in this trial, and you can really, really see the bald spot coming through.
Yeah,
he just has the oddest expressions. I mean, or not expressions, he's dead inside. Yeah, and his mom was so sweet. I mean, she kept his Beanie Babies and everything. Aww. All of his Beanie Babies.
And then he put them in some sort of strange kind of satanic like pyramid or something in the house. It was weird. That was weird.
What was weird is leaving halfway through, like his mom and dad, no one's gonna miss them. Again, this is like 4-year-old thinking, like,
Yeah.
I don't care about my parents. I'm sure no one else does.
No,
sure-
no. And the dog barking and all the heaters on.
Yeah, that poor little doggo.
I know. That's actually the worst part of this whole thing. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. The parents being cut up is the worst
Well,
part.
yeah.
But we always care about the dog.
Well, yeah, and I mean, but it's just that 4-year-old's concept of not having even gotten into understanding other people have feelings or a life.
Yeah.
He literally had no concept of his parents other than as a piggy bank.
True. Yeah, Bobby, we haven't talked about the bathroom yet. You're right.
Well,
For the Walmart store.
Fry, you are going to get your butt kicked.
There around 3:35.
Hey, Fry.
The evidence will show that Jill and Lisa were murdered
Wait,
on
there's
Saturday.
somebody. Oh, hey, I'm Bronze.
You will hear proof that the defendant left Knoxville at some point on November the 27th. And you will hear proof that the guys' bodies were found on Monday, November the 28th.
Could you turn the cord up a little bit, please?
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, how did that happen? Jennifer Whitehead is a supervisor at Jacob Engineering. She worked with Lisa. They were work friends. They had a good relationship. And she's going to tell you that the week after Thanksgiving was going to be Lisa's last week of work. She was due to, I'm sorry I keep doing this, but I cannot. I'm having a hard time speaking. She was going to have her last day on Friday of that week, and she didn't show up for work on Monday. Now, this was very unusual. Jennifer's going to tell you that Lisa was quite dependable, and Jennifer was worried.
It's a
That's
puzzler.
why she didn't show up and why she didn't call, why she didn't text. She became concerned because she started to call her. Some women at work had planned to take Lisa out for lunch that day, kind of a going away luncheon. And this was highly unusual behavior. So Jennifer calls and texts multiple times and with no response. And
See, look at this thing on his head. It's
such
awesome.
a weird feeling
want
about
one.
it that she called
I called it the
911
cone of shame.
and
So
asked them to send officers out to perform what we call a welfare check. And you're going to have evidence that an officer, Stephen Ballard, did go
I
by
wish I could wear it
the
into
house
the
on
western
Golden View Lane
suburbs.
in Knox County, and he went to check things out. He will tell you that he saw cars in the driveway. He really didn't see any signs of disturbance. He didn't look that closely. Knocked on the door, I think. Nobody answered, and then he left. But Jennifer wasn't satisfied, and she persisted, and she asked the sheriff's department, because this was in the county, to check again. So Detective Jeremy McCord made a trip over there, and he made a number of observations while he was there. He too noted that there were 3 vehicles in the driveway, 2 cars and a truck. He noted the for sale sign in the front yard, and he thought that was kind of significant because he had been looking at houses himself, and he noticed on the front door that there wasn't a realtor lockbox. Typically, that can happen when that will be present when a house is for sale. He went to the front door and knocked and didn't receive an answer. He knocked hard, identified himself as a member of the sheriff's department, wanted to let whoever was inside know that he was there to check on their welfare. And when he was at the front door, if you will notice these, he was able to look in and see through the windows that there were groceries that were scattered in the floor of the foyer area. And
possibly
that concerned him.
The least lazy thing you could have done to hide your crime would have been to put the groceries away. So a person looking in wouldn't see, a pile of ice cream, melted goo on the front door.
It would have been one of the easiest things to do. You're absolutely right. It's pretty obvious looking in.
Yeah.
Number of bags left in the floor.
Mostly because there's no doorknob.
No one responded to the
doorknob.
And he decided to go around back. And when he went around back, he observed that the doorknob from the back door was missing. It's completely gone. And he thought, well, that's strange because the doorknob on the front door, it looked sort of weird to him. It didn't look like it fit properly in the front door. There were scratch marks around it. And so he made the conclusion that for some reason, the doorknob from the back door had been removed and placed on the front door. And he just felt like something was wrong. He heard a dog barking inside. And he just kind of became alarmed, and he felt like there was a need for officers to go inside. He even called the realtor to try to figure out, what was going on. Those were their cars. The realtor suggested maybe looking inside one of the cars to see if there was a garage door opener that could open the garage door so he could get in. And he made the decision to go in. In law enforcement, this is kind of called exigent circumstances, and it means that there is a fear of an emergency situation that requires police to enter into a residence. And we'll hear from Detective McCord, it's not that unusual. Law enforcement officers all over the country every day respond to welfare check requests.
Yeah.
And they people who are sick, and sometimes they find people who are deceased.
I have a feeling
And so
this
he was
is going to
worried
be an
and decided
irreverent
that,
trial.
he needed to check on
I
their
love
welfare,
it.
and so he went in.
That is the best
And
comment.
when he did so, immediately upon opening the garage door, he felt more of what he had felt when he was at the back door. When he was at the back door and looked through the hole that was left from the doorknob, he had felt heat and had detected kind of an odor that
Kind of
concerned
an
him.
odor.
But when he opened the garage door, there was a blast of heat and an overpowering smell, something strange, something that he had not smelled before. And so, being alarmed at the unusual nature of this situation, he decided to go in with some trepidation. He was careful. And the way law enforcement officers go into a house under these circumstances, because there may be danger there, who knows what they might encounter, they go from room to room. They announce themselves as law enforcement officers, and they move through the house in what is called a clear. They're clearing it. And he will tell you that they entered through the garage into the kitchen area, and he's going to describe for you things that he found inside the house that were very unusual to him. I mean, other than the heat, which he will tell you is when they looked at the thermostat, the temperatures were in the high 90s. Okay, I'm not talking about a warm house. I'm talking about a hot house.
Turn the AC on to like 40.
Well, so what he was thinking, again, had he been industrious and not lazy, what he was thinking is that the higher the heat, the quicker the decomp, because he had them soaking in the lye mix. Also, higher heat, he Dr. Googled that it would start melting fingerprints off the walls.
Yes.
Now, that would help if you hadn't, I don't know, left like a murder-lading scene just about everywhere with meat grinding and, deli slicers and all sorts of other things.
Yes.
Your mom's head in a pan,
He had a kind of a plan.
Yeah, and then
but he just abandoned the plan.
And eventually everything was supposed to go that he was going to rig the house up in like some MacGyver / Home Alone with curling irons and like a match and a phone book or something, I don't know, and have the house go up in flames in the middle of the day and burn them. And I don't know how he was going to pin a murder suicide with like pieces of his dad everywhere and pieces of his mom everywhere. I don't know how he...
Yeah, I think he thought that there'd be nothing left.
Yeah, he just kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, you're right, Bobby. He wrote it all down in his notepad. Like it's all...
His murder book of...
His murder book, yeah.
Shame.
Yeah. Which I think he thought was going to be disintegrated as well.
Yeah. He left it at the scene?
Oh, yeah.
I think he left that... Yeah, he left it at his... a book bag at the scene, I believe.
It was in a satchel, and it was at the scene. But the thing is, he intended to go back, because he left something, because he was hurting, he was bleeding and stuff, and he went back to Louisiana, and the thought was, and comes out in testimony later, that he intended to go back to the scene to do more work flushing bits down the toilet. So he wasn't finished.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about an odor
very clever plan.
that caused officers to have physical reactions to. In the kitchen of the house, he saw things scattered on the floor, and he noticed towels and bottles of bleach and a bottle of muriatic acid and garbage bags. He noticed that the stove was operating and there was a pot on it. He noticed that the oven was on. He noticed that there was a cell phone on the counter, and on the kitchen table there were 2 wallets that were out. One looked like it belonged to a female. There was a picture, an ID of a woman on it. The other was brown.
His mom isn't going to get ahead in life.
A ball peen hammer and a vice grip.
She'll never be the head of a major corporation.
Oh my
dear.
God.
She
We are
sure
going
knows how to-
straight to
Winning.
80s.
Sorry.
Keeps her head under pressure.
Oh,
His purse on the table.
God, I hope he
That's-
didn't use a pressure cooker.
I said that earlier. Like, do you think he used an Instant Pot?
Oh, dear God. Actually, he could have blown up the house
looked
that way had he
unusual.
used a pressure cooker.
That would have
Yes.
actually been a good idea.
It would have. It seems that's what he wanted.
Look, this chat is in no way a chat to help you get ideas for preserving jams, jellies, or mothers. Please do not take any cooking advice from any of us.
Yes.
You're
God
welcome.
forbid.
He kept announcing law enforcement, and he moved through the house. He went into the dining room, and there he saw weapons on the dining room table,
Well, that's not
boxes
good.
of ammunition in the floor. There were tools
Right,
also
Max?
on the dining room table, a screwdriver and what appeared to be a lock set, another doorknob lock set. In the foyer, there were multiple bags from a Walmart that had groceries inside them, including perishables, things like ice cream, bacon, and sausage, the sort of
Where
things
did you
that one
read that,
would,
Dennis? I did not
you
write
would
pube
expect that you
quiz.
would put away in the refrigerator as soon as you came home. Some
Tell me
boxes of
where I
beer.
wrote that.
And as he went through the house,
Well,
in the downstairs,
I
he
only
just
see
became
a B and no E. So
more
I
and
think-
more anxious.
Please. Like,
There
if
was a
I
little
wrote that,
study
tell
area,
me.
a den,
I'll own it if I
den
wrote
contained the
it.
door that had the missing doorknob. There was animal waste, feces on the carpet, and urine stains. There was a heater that was plugged in and was operating at full
Thank
blast.
you. Thank you.
Again, he noticed the thermostat set so high.
And Bobby, I'm sure that's a quiz that my son's made
Goes
up,
through the downstairs, and as he did so, he starts.
but
to
it's still a
feel
pub
fear.
quiz.
Look, I would
And,
put it to Sal.
he'll
I
tell
would
you.
put
He's
it
not ashamed
to
to tell
just
you.
about
He's scared.
anybody in our group.
He began to go up the
Anyone.
stairwell,
And
and
I
as he
would
was
own
going
it
up
if
the
I wrote
stairs, he
it.
noticed that there were blood drip marks on the walls, and there was blood on the carpet. And I mean, at this point,
Hello,
he
Mustang
will tell you he
McCracken.
knew
Welcome.
something terrible was wrong. And at the top of the stairs, he sees this pile of clothing, this pile of bloody clothing and bloody scissors and a bloody knife and a big blood pool. And he looks down the hall and he sees a pair of severed hands on the carpet in a room down the hall. And it freaked him out. His fear turned to horror as he continued to go through the upstairs, clearing, the dogs barking on and off. He goes into the master bedroom and he sees in the floor a weird assorted jumble of articles that don't even appear to be used. There's a bag of clothes. There is a work light. There's a sledgehammer. There's a portable heater that you can clamp on. It clamps onto a surface. There's a face mask that looks sort of like what one would use to do painting, a more protective mask than the one that I'm wearing. There's a blender and a box of latex gloves, a black garbage bag. A roll of plastic sheeting is on the bed, which is made. Well, it's made and tidy. And beanie babies, pile of beanie babies on the carpet
Beanie
next to all of
babies.
this. And other articles.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I'm remembering all of them. Bottles of food grade
How can you tell,
hydrogen
Pixie?
peroxide, jugs, big jugs.
Yes.
A jug of liquid fire, which is the drain opener. Back in the hall next to Lisa's clothing, there were 3 empty, big gallon, 5 gallon, I'm not sure how many gallon tubs of something called sewer line cleaner number 2, and an empty bottle of Robic drain opening solution. That was in the hall. So back to the master bedroom. All of these weird, unusual products are here. And the master bath door is open. And of course, he can see what I described to you just a few minutes ago. And it's something he will tell you that he never expected to see. And he can't unsee it.
No, you can't see this.
No,
Floor of the master
you know,
bath coated in plastic, the same plastic sheeting cut from the sheeting that was left on the bed, a garden hose connected to the shower head, a heater running full blast, a knife in the sink, and the remains of
Gross.
what appeared to be human beings. At the time, Detective McCord will tell you he didn't know how many, who they were. He didn't know what he was dealing with. And they continued to clear the house. And in nearly every room in the house, they find evidence. I think there was one room that was used for storage that there was packing. People, you could tell that the homeowners were packing. Things were boxed up. I don't think they recovered anything out of that room, but there's a guest bedroom that they went into. And in that room, on the bed, the unmade bed, there was a laptop computer that was plugged in, a used latex glove on the carpet. There was a backpack in a corner. There was a bloody jug of the same food grade hydrogen peroxide on the dresser, along with a box of latex gloves, some credit cards that appeared to be issued to Joel Sr. Other articles, blood staining on the carpet and a blood stain on the sheet, I think. There's a bathroom upstairs in the hall, sort of a guest bathroom. But I forgot something important in the guest bedroom. There were two blue tote lids that corresponded with the blue plastic bins that were in the master bathroom. Two lids for these were found. One propped up next to a suitcase that had some rumpled clothing in it, and also one under the bed. So the tote lids that corresponded to the tubs in the master bath were in the guest bedroom, along with a note that was in the suitcase that mentioned a store, had the address of a business in Louisiana. I love this name, Dan Boudreaux's Ace Hardware in Napoleonville, Louisiana. So that note was in the suitcase in the guest bedroom.
Good question, Mads.
So they move on to the guest bath, and it's a mess.
I believe it's for
blood stains
sanitizing.
everywhere, on the door, on the floor,
Okay.
on the sink and the counter.
Fair
There's a pile of
So like food, I think
clothes, like
kitchen.
some shorts and a t-shirt and underwear that have some blood staining on them in the floor.
I think when he
Used latex gloves.
got lazy and decided to leave the house, he's just like, what the hell? I'll leave this for mom to clean up.
Probably. He has no idea. I mean, he has never had a mess that someone else has not had to clean up, and he just murdered the person that's always cleaned it up.
Yeah.
I mean, what is he gonna do?
Yeah, it's just leave it a mess, I suppose.
Yeah, hire a maid, maybe. I don't know.
Dear Mary Maid, I need
a knife on the counter, bottles of rubbing alcohol, a couple of bottles of those, a couple of bottles of hydrogen peroxide, some medical tape. Looked like someone had treated an injury there. Okay. Blood staining everywhere, and some other first aid supplies. And also on the counter, there's a Walmart bag that contains a receipt. And that receipt depicts the products that were found in the room. And that receipt depicted a date, November the 26th, 2016. And it depicted a time, 15:35:25, 3:35 p.m. And as if all of those discoveries weren't bad enough, go back downstairs after they've gotten rid of the dog that was locked up in a laundry room in a stifling heat. It's someone want to take care of the animal, to get it out of the house and to be treated. Animal rescue, the Humane Society. He was animal control, I guess is what it's called.
Hey, Shani.
But they go back down to the kitchen, and they open the lid on the pot on the stove, and they discover a human head. And they will later learn that that's Lisa Guy's head cooking.
Yeah.
Lots of pieces.
Why? Just
Still simmering. The stove was still on.
It's a slow burn
So-
family drama.
yeah.
The board and the other officers, they realize this is a monstrous crime. Okay, they're feeling some sense of urgency now to figure out who did this.
Oh, I'm gonna go take lunch, guys.
And they have to take steps
Okay.
to figure out how, how in the world, what are we going to do? How are we going to
Head cheese and liver.
Investigators do.
Liver and
And they
onions.
interview people. They do a neighborhood canvas.
bread
They talk to
stew.
people in the neighborhood to try to figure out when the guys were last seen, who may have been at the house. They notify next of kin. They discover from Michelle Dennison that she was just there, that she was there on Thanksgiving, that her half brother, Joel Jr., Joel Michael, they call him, was there. He gets a description of vehicles. He gets he gets on that receipt from Walmart. And when he goes to Walmart to check this out, he's able to talk to someone there who is kind enough to cooperate, and they give him video. They maintain security footage at the stores because of shoplifters and
That's nice of them.
and for business purposes. And so Detective McCord is able to that very day, the 28th, get a video image and a still shot of the person who made that purchase. And he is able to have that person who's depicted in that image identified as Joel and Lisa's only son, Joel Michael Guy, the defendant. And they get an arrest warrant based upon
You know,
this
on
information and other
balance,
information.
having my sons
One of
possibly
the things
getting
that
an
greatly concerned them is
inappropriate
that in
call
this
from school.
image that
Yeah.
they saw at
Okay.
Walmart, the defendant is his hand
Yeah.
is
You gotta
and he's buying
gotta
medical
sort of
supplies.
put things in perspective,
And
don't
he's
you?
not
hey?
there, and they've received.
Did you get a call, by the way?
No, I think I
Not
put the
yet.
fear of God into them. Like, look,
Really?
we will not be doing the CPS thing again this week. Like, you will not be saying this. Like, I pulled out the scary mom voice because the youngest, most feral could see that I was trying not to laugh, so he knew it was
Yeah,
funny.
it's funny.
And in his chaotic, neutral evil,
And
was
it is
kinda like-
hilarious.
he was like, wait, adults might think this is funny. This
Yeah.
could be funny. And I was like, you will lose your pad for the rest of your life. And he was like, okay, all right, fine. He's
Did
like,
he
I
ask
don't
Mr.
understand.
Mo?
It.
Yes. And he was like, oh, for the love of God. He's like,
I want to
they
say
really-
it so bad.
And I was like, yeah, all I hear from the back seat is just like, college is stupid. Why doesn't everyone just get HJs? Yeah, I love HJs. Why doesn't everyone do that? That sounds stupid. Learning is dumb. HJs for everyone. I'm going to do a HJ all the time. Just
Oh God.
and it kind of filters in because you're not really paying attention to them talking, and then you start going back and you're like, what are you guys talking about? And then you're like, wait a minute. What are you guys
No.
talking about? And they're like, those jobs that you were talking about. And I was like, okay, that's not how we say that.
No.
That's never
No,
been
no,
how
no,
we
no, no,
say
no, no.
that. And they're like,
No.
no, we just made it shorter. And I was like, well, no, we didn't. No. Well,
You say
information.
that you have no iPad, no phone, no internet for the rest of your life.
I was like, say it in school and you will you'll become Amish.
That he has,
Yeah.
has gone back to Louisiana, back to Baton Rouge on November the 27th. And so based upon that and other evidence, they get an arrest warrant, and they enlist the assistance of law enforcement officers from the Louisiana State Police, the FBI, and the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office. And all of these agencies work together, and the defendant is arrested, I believe, on November the 29th of 2016.
Such an attractive man.
And you will hear testimony
Beautiful.
from
He was
people who saw
supposed to
him
be a
there who will tell you
plastic
that his hands
surgeon.
were sliced.
What?
And again, I contend to you,
Oh yeah.
what kind of woman who is not, let's say, the Travis Rudolph, girlfriend desperately seeking a BBL from like the Dominican Republic is going to go to this plastic surgeon. I am not getting unconscious near this man. I'm not. It's not happening.
Luke, his murder eyes are something to behold. I mean, that is not that photo in the bottom left-hand corner. That is not the only one either.
No,
there are many.
Sir, no matter how high you tilt your chin up, you don't have a neck. Okay, it's not happening.
Hey, Rosamund Ranch. No, it's not a new one. This is from 2020. Yeah. And can you tell from the PPE everywhere?
He reminds me of Adam Schiff's eyes.
He does have very bulbous eyes. So, I mean, if this would be one case of physician heal thyself, if he was going to go into plastic surgery first.
Do you want me to put this up to 1.5?
Well, I'm actually going to have to get off of here soon. I've got stuff coming out of the oven, but I did want to hop in real quick.
What's coming out of the oven, Mom?
Well, I mean, there used to be 7 children. No, I'm just kidding.
Get in there first. No worries, Mom. You go whenever you like, hon. 1.5. It's going a bit slow.
Yeah. Pay attention to the defense. The defense attorney comes up, and I believe this is the one where he shows, if I'm remembering the opening statement, he's smiling. Here's a picture of him in Thanksgiving, and he's smiling.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he does that in the opening statement, but he's very, very brief. So we might need to put it back down to even 0.75.
So I will see you guys in a little bit for nightly news and news.
You will hear that.
Yes, definitely. Let's put Mo's link up, actually. We will do that. Thank you so much for coming.
Nice seeing you.
Bye. Love ya.
Points to the defendant as the killer of his parents. And one of the things that we consider in this calculation is, the times of death. The medical examiner and Dr. Marks, the forensic anthropologist, can't tell you how long Joel and Lisa were in those, how long their body parts were liquefying in those tubs. They can't make that determination. But we do know certain things. We know from receipts found in Lisa's belongings where she was on November the 26th, and that she was alive at some point. And we know that from a receipt found in her purse at the scene that she was at this Walmart in Turkey Creek at 12:18 in the afternoon, making the purchases of the items that were found in the foyer. Okay, the receipt, they were able to match up the items listed on the receipt with things that were in the foyer floor. We know that before that, she had gone to PetSmart in Turkey Creek in the same little shopping center to get dog food for her dog. And this is a map, an aerial map. You'll see right up there in that corner. That's Golden View Lane, that little red circle. That's how close they live to. This is the Turkey Creek Shopping Center. Here's the PetSmart.
Good job, Lauren Crime.
And here is the Walmart. So as you can see, she's not that far from the shopping center. She didn't live that far, and I don't know what the traffic was like on that date, but we can assume that at some point she made it home. And we know she made it home because her car was found in the driveway, and the groceries were in the foyer. And you will hear from her daughters that that's not usually how Lisa got into the house. Usually she would come through the garage that they sort of used as a sitting room. They were smokers, so they smoked in their garage. And her typical way of getting into the house would be through the garage door and into the kitchen. That's sort of the logical way most of us carry our groceries in, as opposed to the area where we're going to put them away. But she didn't use the garage entry that day. So we know she got home. We know that her purse was found in the kitchen, her keys, her cell phone was on the kitchen counter. She made it home.
Hey, atheist.
So
yeah.
We believe the state will prove that she was murdered between that time that it took her to get home, maybe 12:30 p.m. on the 26th, and before 3:35 p.m. because state will prove to you.
Yep. It's like AI.
Close up of him self-checkout, getting his medical supplies for his wounds. So now we know he went back to the house, right? We know he went back to the house because the things that he purchased at Walmart around 3:35 are on the bathroom counter. And I want you to look at these. So here's the receipt again.
Yeah, you liked Walmart.
Here's the bag the receipt was in. Here's a knife, some bandages. That's not the first aid. Defendant's DNA was found on 6 of those gloves, inside and out. So Joel and Lisa
He's just
Guy
like, yeah, that's
are
mine.
dead by 3:35 p.m. And we believe the proof will show that after the defendant tended his injuries, he went to work on their bodies
That's right, Bill.
and did what he did to them. The forensic anthropologist has a nice name for what he did. It's called disarticulation. It's an elegant name for cutting off their arms and legs and Lisa's head. So
Just flick forward a tiny
advanced, he
bit.
premeditated. He made, after the exercise of reflection and judgment, made the decision to murder his parents. So in the guest bedroom, where you will hear, Michelle Dennison will tell you that that's where the defendant was staying on Thanksgiving. You're going to see that there's a backpack found in the corner of the room. And it was taken into evidence and later inventoried per the policy of the sheriff's office. That's what they have to do when they seize evidence, something like that. They inventory the contents of it. And here it is. And they opened
Look at him. He's just like, yeah.
Manual for residential hot water heaters.
When's lunch?
Take on the notebook. And in the notebook, there was a writing. And I want to go through it with you a little bit because it's kind of hard to see like this. But we'll start from the first line.
Yeah, right,
Get killing knives. Quiet. Multiple. Get carving knives to make small pieces. Get sledgehammer. Crush bones.
Good.
And of course, there were multiple knives found at the scene. You will hear there was a knife in the guest bathroom, a knife in the sink in the master bathroom. There were 2 knives next to the pile of bloody clothes that belonged to Joel Guy in the exercise room. And then there was a bloody knife next to Lisa Guy's
Hey, Bill.
clothing.
Hey, buddy.
There is
How's
no
it
evidence
going,
that,
man?
he used the knives to make small pieces other than
Can you
just saw your
pause it for a
message now, I'm
second so we
sorry.
can say hi to
or
Bill?
that he
Hello and
Hello.
welcome.
I did not see your message till just now. I apologize.
No worries.
It's all right. Better late than never.
So
Yeah.
Duke cut his parents up, huh?
Yeah. Can you turn your sound up just a tad?
He's a ways away from where I am.
Where are you at?
I'm in the middle of Tennessee.
Oh.
He's over on the east part of Tennessee.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know you were in Tennessee, so there you go.
Yeah.
I just invited you because I thought I'd like to hear your lovely voice and maybe a
Oh,
little bit of
thank you.
singing
Yeah.
to go
Well-
along with this lovely content that we have here. Because you know you are a muso,
Yes.
A what?
a muso, as we call them here in
muso?
Australia.
Music.
Muso, as a musician.
Got it. I have not heard that term before.
You've never heard the term muso before.
I have not heard that
My
before.
lord, you people just don't shorten things enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
talk funny. No.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but
we don't talk. You talk funny. You people talk funny. We
I mean,
talk
like-
correctly.
Your slang is different than our slang.
Yeah.
Well, fine.
So it's
Anyway,
yeah.
welcome, Bill. And
Yes.
how are you enjoying the trial so far?
I have actually been in a meeting, so I have kind of been in and out.
Of course.
You've been in and out.
but I'm done
That's
now. So
Very dirty. Okay. Well, welcome and enjoy, and
Use the
please
sledgehammer.
feel free to contribute.
to crush bones.
Yep.
You will not hear evidence of that.
I'll be right back.
Bring blender and food grinder. Grind meat. Well, we will not show you that he did grind any meat, but we will show you that he brought a blender and that in his
Oh.
vehicle that was searched after his arrest in Baton Rouge, he did have a food processor in the trunk. Get bleach, denature proteins. Well, there was bleach, several tubs of bleach in the kitchen. Get plastic bin for denaturation process. And I guess that means for dissolving your parents. Does not matter where they're killed. Just get rid of bloody spots to prevent evidence of time of death, not the mattress or couches. Get rid of bodies inside the house, there and my DNA already there. Because of course he had been visiting, so his DNA would be in the house necessarily. I guess that's what that means. He needs to be, I can't read that word, not intruder. Flush chunks down toilet, not garbage disposal. No
Flush
evidence, ladies and
chunks
gentlemen,
down
that he did
toilet.
that. But the next line, get plastic sheeting for disposal process. There is evidence that there was plastic sheeting at the scene on the bed where Joel and Lisa Guy slept. Get hollow point bullets just in case. Will be seen buying bullets. Just use computer room gun. Check to make sure there are bullets. Last resort.
What?
There were
Why
no
does he
gunshot
have
wounds
face gear on?
to the victims?
Do we know?
Because it's 2020.
He's not alive to claim
Oh,
her
it's
half
just
of the
her
insurance money.
mask.
All
Got it.
mine. $500,000.
Yeah, no, it's
You will
not
hear
because he
evidence
might
through
bite
Jennifer
someone.
Whited and through
I don't
documents
think.
from Jacob Engineering that Lisa Guy did have. an
That would be
insurance
more
policy.
exciting.
She was going to be
Well,
employed
it
until
could be
the following Friday.
partially
after
that. I don't
Thanksgiving.
know.
And you will see that he was a beneficiary, in fact, of his life insurance policy. Fled the house. Covers up forensic
Flood the
evidence.
house.
No evidence that he flooded the house. Turn heater up as high as it goes. Speeds decomposition. Again, thermostats were in the 90s, both upstairs and downstairs. Bleach reacts with luminol, just like blood. Douse area with bleach. Big sprayer. There's a big sprayer in a box on the kitchen floor. I don't know that it had been opened, and I can't tell you if the state will prove that there was evidence that he doused the area with bleach. But there was a
Imagine
lie.
plugging your toilet with
And,
parental bits.
He mentioned it says trash compactor question mark.
Hmm.
The
Damn
next
it,
line is body
see?
at the time of death. Alibi. Don't have to get rid of body if there's no forensic evidence on the body. His fingerprints and DNA.
Do you still call
And that
Roto-Rooter
brings us
for
to the
that?
severed hand.
Who?
They're a
Roto-Rooter?
plumber
The severed hands.
Hey,
for drains.
Sal, can you
I'm going
please
to
move
prove to
the
you.
captions to the top?
That the hands were severed for a purpose. Okay,
Thank you.
for a purpose. There's a reason behind it. Minimize, and we're on to the second page of the notebook. Minimize things I touch throughout the visit. Wear gloves and socks to prevent fingerprints and footprints. And as I said, you will see photographic evidence that there were gloves, latex gloves, found throughout the house, boxes of them, in his bedroom, in the bedroom that he was using in the house, in the master bedroom, in the kitchen, in the guest bath.
Jesus, see?
That's you're so
Drop
right.
something down the garbage disposal to break it. Get him on the ground, or get him on the ground fixing it. Kill him with the knife. Clean up mess from him before she gets
Right.
home.
Do I have to tell him everything?
Kill her with knife.
Mm.
Kill the dog after, and that's marked out and above it. Leave him alive. Fingerprints. Take dog with you. I don't know what this says. First word I don't understand. Him with him is all
So-
I read. The next line is place her in shower, turn
Yeah.
on hot water, and point at her.
I have all
Get
kinds
rid
of questions
forensics.
about these people who do
Remove
this
the
stuff.
clothes and take them with me for disposal.
Where do you
No
start?
clothes were removed.
Well, like, okay, so the obvious question. In order to dismember his parents,
Hmm.
he probably has to remove their clothes, which
Chandler did not. Chandler Halderson did not remove his parents' pants. He's not a creep. It sounds like
Well-
Joel Guy did.
Joel Guy
okay.
did.
Well,
He
I
cut them
guess
off.
at least there's rules, I guess,
I mean, yeah.
to some of
Chandler's
them.
not, you know, weird. or
Like there's
anything.
levels of weirdness.
Yeah.
It's just like, how do you get past that? Because like Baker, I was conceived by miraculous conception. So yeah,
Whatless?
Baker and I were both conceived by immaculate conception. We just were there. you know.
Ah,
yeah.
right. Yeah. No, nothing
Yeah.
ever happens.
No,
Got
no,
you.
no.
Yeah.
So
Oh, not the turkey baster method.
Turkey based
no,
method.
no, not at all. Not definitely not
Okay.
that.
Not even that. Right.
No,
were-
no, no.
Yeah.
You weren't
Because we're
called-
angels. That's why.
Okay.
Your angels, I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But it's just the fact that like when these people do these things, it's like, really?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. Look,
it's just
I
the
mean-
obvious thing that's just kind of gross.
like I said yesterday, my mum says 99% of people are good, but
Yeah.
there's 1% who are assholes.
Yeah.
Now, my mum doesn't say assholes because she doesn't swear, but I just can't deduce that what she means is that they're assholes. And I think of that 1%, I think probably 1% are fucking loonies, like this
Yeah.
one, right? Like, and then like of the fucking loonies, there's like 1% that are like this level loony,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
your business loony, this guy
Jesus.
loony, Dharma loony,
Yeah.
like, and I
Yeah.
really I put this guy to business and like even Dharma in the same kind of
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
Dahmer did take it to the next level where he did take a nipple, for sure.
oh
Yeah.
we
But-
know he did.
Yeah.
He made sandwiches.
But like it's just it's the things that go through my mind. Like you would have to you would have to go through this process and like take their clothes off and have to chop them up, and it's like I just can't.
See, you are so funny, man. I love you.
Yeah, C's on a roll, and so is This Way Up, where like he put in the effort to sever family ties. Yeah.
See needs her own show. Like, I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
she's hilarious.
She's so
I
good.
just looked, used ChatGPT to come up with some recipes with Lisa, his mom's name in them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like stirring the pot with Lisa's legacy. The Lisa ingredient in the family recipe.
oh,
Lisa's flavor some impact on Joe Guy Jr.
oh.
Need to fine tune
It's
this a little
just
more.
cheating. ChatGPT's cheating.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Whoa.
This is so good. Keep
Lisa,
going.
guys. You
And
Thanks, woman.
out Ben house killing rooms, kitchen, question mark, with bleach. Place hair curler with flammable paper and flammable containers of gasoline in 4 locations. His killing room, her killing room, his
come on, crime. You can do it.
late Sunday to prove that I was in Baton Rouge and she was, in quotation marks, alive. Leave through front door and wipe down doorknobs. Timer for flammables set for Friday at 10 a.m. Sunlight masks fire, but not smoke. Everyone at work, so they can't report it. This is an enlargement of what is on this page. Ultraviolet light shows fingerprints. Check nail before leaving. To get rid of blood, use peroxide, hemoglobin, and bleach, DNA. Destruction of bodies. Composition of body, 20% fat, 20% protein, 55% water, and 5% other components. Assets. These pages will show you that the defendant analyzed the financial assets of his parents. Her assets, her life insurance, $500,000, possibly more with double indemnity. With him missing, dead, I get the whole thing. All her other assets are joint. Go to him if missing, unknown if he's dead. His assets includes all joint property if missing. When he gets all joint property, also gets joint debt. Knoxville house, homeowner's insurance, possibly, but probably worthless after the fire. Oh, $100,000. Sirgoinsville house, appraised at $400,000 plus, worthless with Renee on the property. You will hear testimony that Renee Charles is Joel Guy Sr.'s sister. His sisters live in the Sirgoinsville area. Her car, his SUV, not paid for. His boat, his old truck, paid for. His 401k, $80,000, possibly less after taxes. He could possibly have savings and or other investment accounts. So we believe that the proof will show you, ladies and gentlemen, that the motive in this case is not an element of the crime, but the motive is financial. Money, all mine, $500,000.
Oh, mine.
There are 2 counts of, 3 counts actually of felony murder involving theft of property, and we expect to provide testimony that certain financial transactions were made with the guy's assets after the time of their deaths.
Lisa's
November
cream
27th.
pie is
And
not
other articles
great.
of theirs were taken.
That's not good at all.
Just what was taken from them. You're going to hear from expert witnesses, as I alluded to, or as I said earlier. You're going to hear from a DNA expert who will talk to you about the DNA evidence found throughout the house. She's going to tell you exactly where she found the defendant's DNA, certainly on the latex gloves, on some of the weapons. And of course, the DNA of Joel and Lisa Guy were found throughout the house and on a lot of the blood evidence. Not all DNA evidence is blood evidence, of course. And she will explain all of this to you. That's Agent Kim Lowe. Then you will hear about the autopsy of Joel Sr. and the autopsy for Lisa. Dr. Amy Hawes with the Forensic Center in Knox County is our expert witness in that area, and she will testify to you about the cause and manner of death. And you will see photographic evidence, and you'll see diagrams, and she will be able to better explain to you
That's terrible.
What exactly happened to them. And again, you're going to hear from a forensic anthropologist, Dr. Murray Marks, with respect to the injuries to the bones of both Joel and Lisa. Joel was identified by fingerprints because we had his hands, and Lisa was identified by dental records. And Dr. Marks will describe for you and show you images of the damage that was done to their bone structures and explain the difference between dismemberment and disarticulation. And his,
I mean, he could make bone broth, right?
he will be one of our expert witnesses. You will also hear expert testimony on with respect to fingerprints and electronic devices that were examined by Eddie Wassman with the sheriff's office and Tom Finch, who did the fingerprint evidence. So other than the felony murder counts, the premeditated murder counts, the felony murder counts, Mr. Guy is also charged with 2 counts of abuse of corpse.
Charcuterie.
I don't think we need to belabor that. And you will hear evidence of flight, and the court will give you an instruction of what flight means and how you can judge it with respect to this case. But the evidence we submit to you will show that after killing his parents and dismembering them and trying to destroy evidence of his involvement at this scene, he went back to Louisiana. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that at the end of our proof, at the conclusion of everything, turn it off, you will find Joel Michael Guy Jr. guilty of every count of this indictment, because we will have proven it to you beyond a reasonable doubt. Thank you very much for your attention.
Mr. Halstead.
Yay!
Oh, General
First, I
Matthews,
wanted to
huh?
introduce myself. Mr. Stevens did all the work in the jury selection. I am John Halstead. This is Mark Stevens, and we are representing today Mr. Guy. I want to start out by saying thank you for being here. Our criminal justice system is probably the best one in the world.
He ain't from
What makes
Tennessee.
it so great is that we have citizens who are willing to come to court, especially during a pandemic, during a time like this, willing to come to court, spend a week listening to the proof and making a decision. And another strong part of our constitutional criminal process is that decision has to be made beyond a reasonable doubt. And that reasonable doubt can come from witnesses, it can come from physical evidence, it can come from cross-examination. And we just ask you and know that you will listen to everything very closely, listening for the reasonable doubt and making your decision at the end of the case. Again, I want to thank you for being here. This is a difficult time to try a case, difficult time to do anything. And we really need you, and you've come forward, and we really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, folks. So we are going to take a recess.
Wow,
We're going to
that was it?
Yeah, that was it.
Witnesses, and
What?
this will take a
Yep.
lot of time, but we should be able
Just
to
like
try to
that.
before lunch. I suspect it's probably going to be a 20 to 30 minute break.
That's
once again,
not
That's,
great.
Yeah, I'm like, he's like, uh-huh.
I mean, at least
Really?
the Halderson lady gave the whole thing about
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called now. She talked about reasonable doubt, I think.
She did something.
I think it was reasonable doubt is what she was explaining. Because it's like reasonable doubt and had something to do with evidence or something like that. And that's literally all she talked about for like 10 minutes. And it was the other guy prosecution had did like an hour or something and
Yeah.
laid out the whole thing. And the defense got up for like 10 or 15 minutes and talked about reasonable doubt. Because there's no evidence that, I mean, technically, it's kind of correct. There was no direct evidence, but it was an overwhelming amount of evidence that clearly he was the one who did it.
And it's the same for this one, really.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, in my chat. Quick. Because you know what? It's countdown time. It is going to be countdown time.
Yay.
Ready?
Get over to
and-
EU's chat.
And here we go. And at the stage. Ready? And
And if you're on my stream, you can find her link at the top. I pinned it. Or I can post her channel in my chat.
yep, we are starting in 1 minute and 30 seconds, everybody. It's all on. It's all on. It's all on. It's all on. How exciting!
Because last I checked, there was like a few people in my stream. So your answers are not going to be counted if you answer in my chat.
Yay! So exciting! First quiz of the new trial.
Are there rules to the quiz?
Just hit 1, 2, 3, or 4 in her chat.
Oh, and you can't put it into StreamYard because you're here. Don't put it into the StreamYard chat because you'll be a few seconds early, and that's cheating. So you've got to put it into like your phone or something like that, straight into YouTube with everybody else. Hello, Game Slay. You are just a game slayer. You come here just for the games. You might be lurking throughout the rest of it. I don't know. You must be. Yay, 19 seconds to go. 19 seconds.
That's what he said.
No cheating, everybody. Oh, hello, Half Irish. Are you going to defend your crown? Are you going to defend your crown? There seems to be some countdown sound. No, there shouldn't be. All right. On Thanksgiving, Joel Jr. came to visit his parents at their home on 1, Somerville Place, 2, Springbrook Circuit, 3, Oak Springs Drive, or 4, Golden View Lane. On Thanksgiving, Joel Jr. came to visit his parents at their home on 1, Somerville Place, 2, Springbrook Circuit, 3, Oak Spring Drive, or 4, Golden View Lane. Get your answers in. 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I think C's right.
No spoilers.
She went with 69.
All right. Now remember, if more than one person gets it right, it's about who got it first. Computing the answers.
Oh.
Golden View Lane, All Lane Red, Mads and Yamaha Biker. Sorry, everyone who said Oak Springs. Oak Springs Drive is from the last trial, guys. I got you guys. I got you. That was where the Holdersons lived. Mads, victory dance. Okay, Joel Jr. was the only child of Joel Sr. and Lisa Guy, but he also had 1, 3 younger half-sisters, 2, 3 older half-sisters, 3, 2 younger half-sisters, or 4, 2 older half-sisters.
Were they half-sisters before or after he killed them?
Joel Jr. was the only child of Joel Sr. and Lisa Guy, but he also had 1, 3 younger half-sisters, 2, 3 older half-sisters, 3, 2 younger half-sisters, or 4, 2 older half-sisters. You know what?
So the question stands, though. Was it before, were they half after he cut them up? Or were they half beforehand?
He didn't cut up any of his siblings.
It's just the phrasing of it.
Hey! 3 older half-sisters. You guys listened. This way up. Well done. Steve Swept, Half Irish, Salvador, Rosman, Christine, and 4 others. Sorry, I'm Bronston distance. Alrighty, next one. Meetings 8, 7, 6, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1.
So he had 1 and a half sisters?
3 older husbands. Oh, very funny. Lisa Guy sustained how many stab wounds in total? 1, 9, 2, 42, 3, 31, or 4, 21. Lisa Guy sustained how many stab wounds in total? 1, 9, 2, 42, 3, 31, or 4, 21.
This is just stabs, not like slices.
Stab wounds. Stab wounds. Exactly how it was said in the opening statements. I need to
gotta throw people off a little bit, though.
Oh, check it out. All right, we have Rosman Ranch, half Irish, this way up, Gameslay, Atheist, and Christine, and 3 others. Sorry, Salvador, Online Red, Bronze, Mads, and Sea Swept.
The amount of effort it would take to stab somebody 31 times is uncanny.
And you end up hurting yourself.
If you're Jody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it's
Indeed.
really difficult to not injure yourself in a stab.
Do you know this from a personal experience?
No,
Okay,
just-
Lisa had a job at an engineering firm as 1, a severance advisor, 2, a human resources manager, 3, a disbursement specialist, or 4, a civil designer. Lisa had a job at an engineering firm as 1, a severance advisor, 2, a human resources manager, 3, a disbursement specialist, or 4, a civil designer.
Dismemberment specialist?
What's disbursement?
Tell me.
Oh. Hey, David.
David's here. Hey, David.
What is a severance advisor?
I don't know. Advising on firing someone?
Okay.
Hey, this way up. Online Red, Gameslay, Half Irish, Atheist, and Salvador, and 2 others. Sorry, everybody else. But you know what? I thought it was kind of funny that she was a disbursement specialist.
I know. I was hoping that was it.
Yes, she was.
And somebody
She
asked
legit was.
if a civil designer is a thing. I don't know. I've heard of civil engineers,
It
but
is.
I have not heard
Civil
of a
designers are
a
definitely
designer.
things.
Okay.
Yeah.
David,
And they
are
do
you
work in
doing,
engineering firms.
David, are you doing the Michigan trial
No,
today?
shush, shush, shush. When a detective visited the guy's house for a second welfare check, he noticed what missing at the front of the house. 1, a realtor's lockbox. 2, a for sale sign. 3, a doorknob in the front door. Or 4, a car or truck. When a detective visited the guy's house for a second welfare check, he noticed what missing at the front of the house. 1, a realtor's lockbox. 2, a for sale sign. 3, a doorknob in the front door. Or 4, a car or truck. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Get your answers in.
I really wanted to be a knob.
Well done. Well done, everybody. You are listening. Realtor's Lockbox. Sea Swept was first. Sal, Half Irish, Old Line Red, Rosman, This Way Up, and 8 others. Sorry, unbronzed. Wow.
Considering the
I
subject
thought-
matter, a knob would make more sense.
Well, I understand why unbronzed got that answer because there was a doorknob missing, but that was at the back of the house. Not at
The
the
knob was missing out the back door.
A knob was missing out the back door. Indeed.
Mm.
Question 6 of 8. The Walmart bags of groceries did not include 1, soda, 2, ice cream, 3, beer, or 4, bacon. The Walmart bags of groceries did not include 1, soda, 2, ice cream, 3, beer, or 4, bacon. Get your answers in.
5 condoms, huh?
Oddly specific.
Oh.
Bud Light.
Oh.
No one. No one. Really? Ah, that's a shame. Okay. Meow. Meow.
True. See, if only it was Clorox wipes, they would have disappeared.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone thought it was beer. There was beer. It was definitely beer. Oh well. Okay, how much insurance money did Joel Jr. note would be all for me? for me. 1, $800,000. 2, $600,000. 3, $500,000. Or 4, $1.1 million. How much insurance money did Joel Jr. know would be all for me? 1, $800,000. 2, $600,000. 3, $500,000. Or 4, $1.1 million. 350. Get your answers in. Do, 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 do. Everyone should get this. Salvador, This Way Up, Mads, Rosman, Online Red, David, and 6 others, and sorry on bronzed. You were $100,000 off. But that was a really good result. We are down to our very last question. And guess what? It's going to be an observation question. I love putting an observation question last. Ready? What object was on the table directly behind the prosecutor as she gave her opening statement? 1, bulk hand sanitizer. 2, a jug of water. 3, a document box. Or 4, a clipboard. What object was on the table directly behind the prosecutor as she gave her opening statement? 1, bulk hand sanitizer. 2, a jug of water. 3, a document box. Or 4, a clipboard. Yeah, guys. Give me your answers. This is a bit split. Oh, it's split. Yep. Let's go.
A jug of hand sanitizer.
No one got it. Oh, dear me.
See, I thought you were tricking us with the hand sanitizer.
Yeah. Look, and you know what? It only really, it didn't come into view all the time. Like when the camera moved, it was there and then it was gone. So like at that, but I thought people would see it because it was at the end. You could see it a lot at the end. Alrighty. This Way Up. Yay! Well done, This Way Up. That is amazing. And you know what is going to happen now? I'm going to put this on. Woohoo! This Way Up is number 1. And we have Online Red. And we have Half Irish as the 1, 2, and 3 winners. And then we have Atheist Ant and Game Slay. Then we have Rossman Ranch, Sal, Christine, Mads, Davon, Distant, Sea Swept, Yamaha Biker, and David at the bottom. But David just came in, so we forgive him. The other thing we have to celebrate today is, guess what?
What?
Sal, you can say it.
She got 300 subs.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Yes,
Congrats.
yes. Thank you. Yeah, so 300 subscribers today for me. So yes, 300.
Yay.
Yay. So that is a little bit of a milestone. Yay. How many jobs?
Of course, C would ask that.
Amazing job. Thank you, Game Slave. Thank you. Yeah, so I don't want to make a huge deal of it because it happened overnight. But yeah, so lots of support from 302. Is it? Ah, cool. Yeah, lots of cat. Show the cat. The cat's busy. Yeah, so lots of support and some really nice streams lately that have been happening, and just wanted to say Thank you. Yeah, half-Irish. There's been a few videos lately that have been getting some good views, and it's been turning into some subs, so that's really nice. And did you come again last night? I don't know, David, did you? Thank you for all your help, David, and everybody for sharing the word. Really appreciate it. And did the cat help? I think the cat helped. Yeah, I think I really need to say a big thank you to the cat. Sarah there. Hello, kitty cat. Yeah, meow. What'd you say, Neil?
Was David the caboose?
The caboose. What's that?
He came in last.
Yeah. Yeah, he did come in last. He did come in last. But we'll forgive him. Like he arrives just for the game sometimes, plays the game for fun. And it's really a bit random then when that happens. So I will be posting this leaderboard up into the Discord as I always do. And if you are not on the Discord, well, you need to be there. And the way to get there is always, I need to post this. Hang on, where is it? Where is my link? Oh, I really need to put it at the top of my thing. Where is it? Hang on. There we go. Also, David, are you streaming tonight?
No, you said no.
You said no? Okay. For live alerts to all friends of MLS, Making Law Simple, become a member of the Making Law Simple network and access to Discord, which is a great place to be. There's cookies and nudes. And you can get those live alerts to Sal, to myself, to Mo, to Baker, to Farrell, to maybe Wilhammer, if you ever go live. And lots and lots of other great people. You get to see all the behind the scenes stuff, watch parties and memes and just everything awesome. And you get to always see these leaderboards and celebrate your success and show all the people in your life and maybe even your grandkids when you're old. Look, I was something once. Okay, and yeah, never miss out on anything. Thank you everybody for being here. It's been fantastic. This has been a great stream. Stay up to date. Keep the solid bell on. Make sure you're on the Discord so that you know when the next one's going to be. Tomorrow, Sal, do you want to say what's happening tomorrow?
Yeah, we need to, maybe when you get back with your kid, you and I can plan it more. But we're basically going to bring a judge in Maricopa, my county, who got into some hot water because her and I believe her bailiff were posting some talking about some not very nice things about the people in the courtroom and insulting lawyers and stuff like that.
Interesting.
There's a you always play things down, Sal.
We
have hilarious content.
I think I know this.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of this.
Yes. You guys need to tune in tomorrow because it's going to be just like ball bouncingly funny.
If it's what I'm thinking, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It is hilarious. And Sal's covering it.
Yeah.
Sal is covering it. I'll be there, but it's Sal's thing. So yeah. Don't worry. Sal will put stuff up everywhere. But yeah, this time tomorrow, Sal and some judge who couldn't stop joking around on emails. Yeah.
Cool.
Fun and games. Thank you guys. All of you guys are wonderful. Bells, get your head out of the gutter. Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. This has been fantastic. And time for us to sign out.
Yes.
See you later.
Bye.
See you.